Survey of Algebra. This is day 1, subtract integers. So this is just a short notes thing to get us used to this idea of subtracting, and we're going to talk about different strategies for subtracting as well. So I like to work on integers over the course of several days, and I find with subtraction especially, it's best to do a little bit at a time. So one way, like in example A, when I have -9 minus 2, is I can take any time I have subtraction, and I can rewrite the subtraction as, and my pen's not working, -9. Here we go. And then instead of -2, I can write plus a -2. And so anytime I have subtraction, I can write it as plus a negative. It's basically almost like I'm moving that negative sign, moving the minus sign over and making it a negative instead. And we're usually pretty good with addition, so we can get the answer then right away. So if I have a -9 and a -2, they're both negative. I add them, I get 11, and it's going to be a -11. When I owe $9, I owe $2. Now I owe 11. It's still negative. Another way is to think of this as like a number line. Like I'm already at -12 on a number line. So here's my -12. And if I'm subtracting 7, I need to go left 7 more units. And where would that end up on a number line? And then sometimes when we write it out that way, we can see, well, I'm going further to the left. So I must have to add the 12 and the 7, and that makes 19. And it is, of course, -19. A third way is just through words. Sometimes it works well for kids to think, well, I already have -8 and I'm subtracting 43 more. And that helps us know that -8 plus 43 plus -43 is a -51. So you need to go ahead and pause the video now, and you're going to try this first 1 through 10. They're all subtraction, and they're all this kind of same problem where we have a negative and then we're subtracting. So go ahead and pause and try those on your own. So hopefully you've tried 1 through 10 on your own. I'm just going to go through and write down answers for you. If you miss 1 or 2, as long as you understand why, I don't think it's a concern. It's when you miss more than that we need to be worried. So, and hopefully I don't screw anything up. I'm just doing these off the top of my head, and we all make mistakes. I'm not spending a super long amount of time on it or anything. So that should be answers on 1 through 10. So again, on all of these, we were basically starting with the negative, and then we're adding another negative. So we have those numbers that are further to the left on the number line that are more negative. So I'm going to go ahead and scroll down to the next group. So D, E, and F are all going to be like examples 1 through 10 that's on the right again. And for these, this is the kind of working with negative numbers that I like to start younger kids off with, especially because we only have 9, but we're subtracting 12. We are subtracting more than what we have. So it's those kind of introductory problems where negatives kind of make sense why we might need to have them. So if I only have 9, but I'm subtracting 12, I'm going to end up with a -3. So sometimes that works for people. Sometimes it helps to think of this as 8 plus -29. And whenever we're adding numbers that are opposite in sign, we're subtracting them. So 29 minus 8 would be 21. And then the way I figure out if it's a positive or negative number is I think, well, 29 is bigger than 8. And I have a negative here, so it's going to be a -21. And then on the next one, 5 minus 36. So that's going to be a 5 plus a -36. 36 minus 5 is 31. Negative number is bigger again, so I'll have a -31. So then I'm just going to go through and have you guys pause again and try these 10. So do pause the video, and then when you get back, I will do answers really fast. So go ahead and pause and try those 1 through 10. So hopefully you actually pause the video and you can check your answers now. I am just going through and doing these really quickly for you, so you can check again. If you make 1 or 2 mistakes, that's learning. Just try to figure out where you went wrong. If I make a mistake and you're confused about something, certainly reach out and let me know. So that is going to be those 1 through 10. All right, on the back, we are looking at subtracting negatives. So whenever I'm subtracting a negative, I need to make it plus. So -3 plus 15 makes a 12. So maybe you remember about those minus negatives. So this is really -8 plus 2. Opposite signs, remember again, we're always subtracting. 8 minus 2 is 6. My negative number, -8 is going to like outweigh my answer because 8's bigger than 2. And negative 27 plus 9. So 27 minus 9 would be an 18, and 27 is bigger than 9 again, so a negative 18. And then you're going to go ahead and pause again to do these 10. So go ahead and pause. So hopefully you really did pause and you're not just waiting for me to show you the answers, but I'm going to go ahead and go through and work these out. I'm just going to make it a plus on all of them. And just right over top of it, sometimes that helps. And again, if I screwed something up, let me know. Whenever they're opposite in sign, we're always doing big minus little, kind of ignoring the signs, thinking about the absolute values. And then we have to decide, is it positive or negative based on which one is bigger. Okay. For my last group, I have to do some substituting. There we go. We almost lost that for a second. So first I'm going to substitute x is negative 3 minus my y is 4. And I can see this is a bunch of subtraction. So I'm going to write negative 3 plus negative 4 plus negative 8. 3, 4, and 8 make 15. And so this is negative 15. Whenever I'm adding negative numbers, I just add up the numbers 3, 4, and 8, and they're all negative. So my answer is negative. For k, I have 3 times my y is 4 minus 2. And then minus x is a negative 3. So 12 minus 2. Doing order of operations here. 12 minus 2 is now 10. And then minus negative is really plus. So plus 3 would be 13. And then my last row, y is 4. My x is negative 3 minus 2. So doing a little bit of order of operations with some integers as well thrown in, but the order of operations at least is a little more simple than what we're doing. Negative 3 subtract 2 more, or negative 3 plus negative 2 would be a negative 5. And 4 minus negative 5 is really 4 plus 5, which is, I don't know why I was going to write 20. It's 9. We're not multiplying there, are we? And on my last one, negative 3 minus 2 times 4. So go ahead and multiply first. And then this is going to be negative 3 plus negative 8, which is negative 11. So this was just some quick notes that we did in class to get us thinking about subtraction. I like it because we did one problem type and then a bunch of them that look like that. We kind of talked through subtraction, and we'll be doing more notes over the next couple days.